Hello everyone, welcome back to my tutorial class. Today I would like to discuss on the different types of angles that always exist in pairs. Basically the following types of the angles always come in pairs. They are adjacent angles, vertically opposite angles, complementary angles, supplementary angles, exterior angles, corresponding angles and co-interior angles. Let's go one by one. First of all, we will discuss about adjacent angles. And any two angles are said to be adjacent angles if both of the angles have one common vertex and one common side. If you take angle number 1 and angle number 3, you can see that these two angles have this side common and this vertex common. I guess you know what vertex means. Vertex is any point where two lines meet. So here in these figures you can see angle 1 and angle 3 are the neighboring angles or the nearby angles, so they are adjacent angles. Similarly 2 and 3 are adjacent angles, 2 and 4 are adjacent angles, and 1 and 4 are also adjacent angles. Again you can see in the next figure two angles 5 and 7, they are adjacent angles because they are neighboring angles. 5 and 8 are adjacent angles, 6 and 8, and finally 6 and 7 are also adjacent angles. Let's move to the second one, vertically opposite angles. And if any two straight lines intersect each other and a pair of angles are opposite to each other, like you can see angle 3 and angle 4, they are opposite to each other, they are in the opposite direction, and these two angles are formed when two straight lines meet. So that means they are vertically opposite angles. It is possible only if the two intersecting lines are straight lines. Similarly, angle 1 and angle 2, they are also opposite to each other and they are also formed by the intersection of two straight lines. So they are also called vertically opposite angles. In the second figure you can see 5 and 6 are vertically opposite angles and 7 and 8 are vertically opposite angles. There is one interesting property of vertically opposite angles, and that is vertically opposite angles are always equal to each other. Here 5 is equal to 6. The angle at the position 7 is equal to the angle at position 8. 3 is equal to 4 and 1 equals to 2. And we are discussing here regarding the angular values. Whatever the angle is in angle number 1, angle number 2 will also have same angular value or same angle. Let's move to complementary angles. And two angles are said to be complementary angles if we add the two nearby angles and those two nearby or adjacent angles sum up to 90 degree. Here in the first figure you can see the first angle is 60 degree and the next angle is 30 degree. If we add them, that will be exactly equals to 90 degree. So that means they are a pair of complementary angles. You can see in the second figure, one of the angle is 80 degree, another is 10 degree. When we add them, that will be 90 degree. In the third figure, both of them are 45, and if we add 45 and 45, that will also be exactly 90 degree. So that means complementary angles will always have a sum 90 degree, not less than 90, not more than 90 degree. Let's go to supplementary angles. Similar to complementary angles, the two angles are said to be supplementary if and only if the sum of those two angles is exactly 180 degree. Figure makes clear. In the first figure you can see the first angle is 70 degree, the next angle is 110 degree, and if we add these two angles, that will be exactly 180 degree. So two adjacent angles or two nearby angles whose sum is 180 degree are said to be supplementary angles. You can see in the next figure also. The first has a 90 degree, the another one has a 90 degree. If we add these two angles, then that will also be 180 degree. So they are also supplementary angles. We are adding only two angles here as we are discussing about the type of a pair of angles. So let's move to the fifth one, exterior angles. Before knowing exterior angles, let's know about the lines drawn here. This line is called the transversal line. You can see the spelling here, and these two lines are parallel to each other. It is similar in the next figure. This one is the transversal line and these two are parallel lines. So we will discuss about exterior angles only if there are two lines which are parallel to each other and one of the line acts as a transversal line. So here you can see angle number 1 and angle number 2. They are on the same side of the transversal line, that is on the same right side of the transversal line. And the next one, both of the angles are outside the parallel lines. One is outside this line and two is outside this line. So that means if two angles are outside both the parallel lines and on the same side of the transversal line, then they are called exterior angles. You can similarly observe angle number 3 and angle number 4. They too are on the left side or on the same side of the transversal line, and both of the angles are outside the parallel lines. This is upward in direction of this line and 4 is in the downward direction of this parallel line. So they are said to be exterior angles. You can see similar case in the next figure. 5 and 6 are outside the parallel lines and on the same side, so they are exterior angles. Similarly 7 and 8 are also on the same side of the transversal line on the left side, and both of them are outside of the parallel lines, so they are also exterior angles. Let me tell you about their properties. Exterior angles, when added, the sum will be 180 degree. That means this angle plus this angle will be equals to 180 degree. Similarly, angles here at the 7th position and angles at the 8th position, when we add them, that will also be 180 degree. that is similar with 1 and 2, 180 degree. When we add these two angles, when we add the angle at third position and angle at fourth position, that will also be 180 degree. Let's talk about co-interior angles, the second last one for today's class. And any two angles are said to be co-interior angles if both of them are inside the parallel lines and on the same side of the transversal line. You can see this one is the transversal line, and 1 and 3 are on the same side, that is on the right side of the transversal line, and also they are inside the parallel lines. See here, one angle in first position and angle in the third position, both of them are inside the parallel lines, so they are called co-interior angles. This is just the reverse case of co-exterior angles, or even we call them exterior angles. You can see the similar case for angle at position number 2 and angle at position number 4. These two are inside the parallel lines and on the same side of the transversal line, so they are also the co-interior angles. Similar is the case with angle at 5th position and angle at 6th position, and finally it is same for angle at 7th position and angle at 8th position. And interestingly, the sum of co-interior angles is also 180 degree, which is same as co-exterior angles or exterior angles. This means if angle at the second position is 80 degree, then angle at the fourth position will be 100 degree, due to which if we sum both of them, that will equals to 180 degree. So similar is the case for all of the rest of the angles given in the figure. Let's move to the last type for today's class. As we have learned about adjacent angles, they too are near to each other, or the neighboring angles. Like you can see angle at first position and angle at this position. These two angles are adjacent angles because they are the neighboring angles. But if we skip the second angle from the adjacent angle and reach to or move to the other angle on the same side, then that is called the corresponding angle. Let me make you clear. This line and this line, they two are parallel to each other. If we write this angle as 1, this angle as 5, and this angle is 2, these three angles are continuous to each other. They comes turn by turn. But among these three angles on the same side, they are on the same side of transversal line 1, 5 and 2. These three angles comes turn by turn or in a series. But if we skip this 5 number angle, then what will remain there? There will remain only 1 and 2. So that means these two angles are called corresponding angles. Figure will also make you clear. You can see 3 number and 4 number. In between these two angles, this angle has been skipped. And these two lines are parallel. That is the must have criteria. This is important. Corresponding angles are only taken if two lines are parallel to each other. So in non-parallel lines, we don't take corresponding angles. You can see 5 and 6. Between these two angles, one of the angle here has been skipped. So 5 and 6 are corresponding angles. Similarly, it is the case in 7 and 8 also. There is one angle that we have skipped. So while writing the corresponding angles, one of the angles in between any two angles must be skipped. And the interesting property of corresponding angles is two of corresponding angles are equal to each other. Like if angle at fifth position is 60 degree, then angle at sixth position will also be same, that is 60 degree. At fifth also, if it is 120 degree, then at eighth position it should also be 120 degree. So two corresponding angles are always equal. Okay, with all of these, hoping that you like the video and you understood the explanation that I have gone through, and also expecting that you can now explain the types of pair of angles even to your friends. Do not forget to subscribe the channel and share with your friends. Have a nice day. Bye bye.